Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think the backdrop of where we currently are works very well, but I'm going to pull the map all the way so that if we're in the top left,
Yeah, that
you see
works.
where I put Odril? Okay. So
Yep.
let's just assume this is like camp, I
Sure.
think. And let's say she would have taken, a full day of travel to
Right.
watch him. And then when they break for camp the second night, she'll
So she joins. She
walk
joins the
up to him.
second night.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is this our first meeting then, or is this like she has been traveling with him for a day and now the second night?
She would have watched you travel for a day, watched the camp, then joined before morning. And then you travel
Okay.
with her, and then she joins you on the second night. If
Sure.
that
Um.
makes sense.
How about you roll a stealth check
Oh, I can
just
do
to see
that.
again.
Let's go.
So you roll a
I
stealth
love it.
check. I will roll perception.
Okay. I don't think you're beating this one.
What is it?
It's 18 plus 13, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's not an easy one for me to beat.
Stealth. Yeah. So that's
Ooh.
31.
Yeah, I rolled a 26, a 19 on the
Holy.
die.
Oh my god.
So
So
he
you
doesn't
definitely notice a
notice
whole
her.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, he. Yeah. We might mention it a little bit, but he is a perceptive person.
I see.
So
And
yeah,
and she probably notices that then, tries to be extra
yeah.
careful. I mean, 31's nothing if not, I'll play into she's being extra careful. She doesn't know who you are. She
Right.
notices you looking in a way that would indicate it's not
He
your first
yeah. So
rodeo.
yeah, and he is definitely. I think again in this travel, he is very. He is being wary, and I think he knows that Adrissa is likely following, but he is unable to see her in that first day. That would be his understanding, at least from what he learned from Kazdia.
Okay.
But yeah, he doesn't know exactly when she's going to join up, but he is on on the alert for her.
All right. Okay, so she, like I said, she joins the next morning, um, and uh, I think she's just gonna casually walk up to the camp in the morning, and
Okay.
if there's a arrangement, um, she'll just sit down by what's left of whatever fire they had, and just wait for everyone to wake up. So if you woke up early, you would see her
Yeah,
sitting there.
I expect Odril would he is a soldier.
Uh
He
huh.
has been a soldier for many years, so he is early to rise. So yeah, he would probably be one of the first ones up.
You see,
Um,
you know, on a bump or a log stump. Then, as we've described before, but I'll do it again. Um, fully armored, slightly dirty, long-haired woman, late 20s, dual
yep,
rapiers. With I'll push into the picture with the cape. It's a short cape
yeah.
poking the fire.
Yeah, this is morning. Odril has emerged from. He's got a small tent that he travels with. He emerges um, about half armored at this point. He is not wearing. He does not start the day wearing the full plate that you saw him um, for the day's travel. Oh, actually, for the day's travel, he probably was traveling about half plate essentially. But what you saw of him in Sunbreak, he is not wearing the full armor. He comes out. I think he clocks Adrissa near the fire. And you see him reach down into the tent and just very practiced, very casually picking up the warhammer and just strapping it to his belt. He looks up. Who are you, stranger? Dressed in Palor's garb.
My name is Adressa. I am a friend to those you travel with.
I have known of your name. I was watching for you. Why did you not join the first day?
I apologize. I'm not used to meeting people like this. Normally, I would take the opportunities that I've been given, and you would never see me. But that is a dark path. I am here now to help, to travel with my companions. And I've seen some of you, but have not seen you do anything but be cautious, which I admire. Tell me, are you good with that hammer?
He just kind of pulls up a sleeve, and you see many scars on his arms. His face has one or two fairly nasty scars. I have seen much battle, yes.
To have taken such damage and live to see so many days as you have, it's admirable, but I don't know the quality of the opponents that you've faced, and I gather we are traveling towards something that may turn into quite the battle. You feel you're up to it?
You wish to spar?
I wish to get the measure of you, if you'll allow it.
Hmm. Very well. Allow me to prepare, and we shall withdraw to the nearby field as to not wake the others.
I shall wait for you there. She lithely gets up and saunters away over whatever little ridge. You can still see her, but she's some distance away now.
Yeah, it's probably 5-10 minutes. He has stepped back. He steps back into the tent, and 5-10 minutes later, he steps out. And he is now fully garbed in his plate. He has a shield, a fairly sizable kite shield, and again, the warhammer is hanging lightly. It is fairly unadorned. You can tell that it is solid, well crafted, um, but is hanging loosely from his hip. And he strides over. Well, shall we begin?
Yes. That she goes into a crouch, but does not draw swords. She is as close as you've come to walking up to her. So you decide the distance between us when we start.
Fair enough. And you see him reach down. He pulls the warhammer and basically walks straight up and goes for a swing.
Okay.
You will not defend yourself.
I never said that. And she winks.
Okay, first swing. It's a 21.
21 hits.
Okay. Damage dice. What am I using? That. Okay. Okay. Oh, jeez. Well, that is 5 damage.
Okay.
So, again, he steps forward. Second attack is 16. That'll miss.
Yep.
So, again, he steps forward, maybe with a seriousness that maybe Odril was not expecting, immediately comes up, and this swing comes from, basically, he keeps it hidden behind his shield before he basically leads with his shield, and this swing comes out kind of low into the side, catches Odril in the side, but then the second one he tries to bring it around, and
She spins away. Just out of reach. Yeah.
Yep.
The first hit you notice she's not a piece of iron for sure.
And as his bonus action, he will cast Shield of Faith upon himself.
Okay.
And you see, after she steps back, he tightens the shield, and there's a little bit of a flash of golden magic. Very much looks divine, and his whole body kind of illuminates slightly. And he just stands ready.
Okay. And that's his turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. So, after she spins away, she watches the incantation and the, I guess, what would be like a glow of Shield of Faith, right?
Yep.
She says, I see. You can play at the magical game, and she makes an incantation and disappears.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I can make my token go away. Okay. Let's see here. And then, so that's my action, and that was one slot there. All right. And let's see here. It's a field, right?
Yeah, I mean, I expect it's a. This may. Let me see.
Or is it sand?
Well, it's winter, and where we're traveling from is somewhat temperate, like farmland.
Mm-hmm.
So, how about this? I'll roll a luck check. What do you want? Odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay. On odds, the field is not snowy. On evens, the field is snowy.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
As a 1, it is not snowy.
Okay. So I was going to say if it wasn't snowy, then stealth checks with invisibility is obviously still with advantage. But
Correct.
if it was snowy, I was going to give it back and say, oh, no, that's my advantage is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
yep, she disappears and does other things And that's her turn.
Okay. As she disappears, Odril glances around, and then you see him reach back to his pack and pulls out what looks like a small. It's a small stone. It seems to be marked with some sort of rune, and he focuses himself on it. And a moment later, you see appearing above him and kind of up his back is the kind of glowing sensation of a banner, almost like a war banner or standard banner. It's it ends up being about 10 feet tall at its top height. It is glowing. It's got the full symbol of Palor on it, as well as some other runes that you may not know. Um, you may recognize them if you knew. I don't know if you know the language Orcish, but if you did, you
Nope.
might recognize some of them.
Nope.
So, and this kind of erupts from his back as he uses the Banner of the Krieg rune as his action.
Craft.
And what he is using it for is Sentinel Standard. He can see invisible creatures when they are in 20 feet of the unfurled banner.
Oh, very, very good.
So, is she within 20 feet?
Negative.
All right. And so this goes up and he glows, and he kind of glances around. I see. And he that was his action. I have used a bonus action. Um, let's see, what others?
Uh-oh.
um, he will do that, and then as his bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to cast Sanctuary on himself.
Ooh. Smart.
So that puts me down to that, and that'll be his turn.
Casts. Banner. See invis at 20 feet.
Yes.
And sanctuary. Okay. Hmm. I'm very tempted. So I've never tried to use a lot of different spells against Sanctuary. Um, but since most hold spells or Tashas aren't damaging, would they work without the
It,
saving throw?
it is I think it hinges on the determination of harmful. Because it says, if any creature targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell.
Hmm. Technically, I wouldn't be causing harm.
Yeah.
And Sanctuary
But
is concentration, correct?
Sanctuary is not concentration.
Oh.
But Shield of Faith is.
Uh-huh.
Which he's got both of those running right
Uh-huh.
now. Let's see. Is hold person considered a harmful spell? I don't know if there's an official answer anywhere.
I think the search would be um, hold person or Tasha's, your choice. Affect sanctuary. Might get it.
Yeah,
Well, without a GM here, I won't do any of those things just so we don't have a question.
yeah, there's no official definition of what harmful means, unfortunately. I will say, forcing somebody into paralysis does seem uncomfortable. But making someone laugh, I don't know if that's so I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll see. So she doesn't use either one of those, but whichever direction you were facing, from behind you, of course, Seabreeze would show up when she's within 20 feet.
Right.
And would, I think, well, let me decide between the two things that I have here. Yeah, let's go with Burning Hands. So she
All right.
goes up behind you, and if you have any things that aren't worn, I think they ignite.
No, I think he's carrying most of his stuff. So
Okay.
let's roll is it deck save?
Mm-hmm.
That is a natural 20 for a 22.
Oh shit! Well done. Okay. So half, I believe,
Yep, it'll be half.
of 11 would be 5. So you take 5 damage.
Okay, and let me roll.
And her invisibility drops.
Yeah, and let me roll my concentration check. Is fine. Yep, holds the spell.
Okay. Assuming you turn around after the blast happens and she is still has not drawn her weapons, and is doing a strange dance that you've never seen before.
Yeah. I would say basically what happens is as she steps into that range,
Uh-huh.
Odril basically his ears prick and he spins right as the fire comes out, and that he can get a shield and block some of it. And as she makes her appearance, so she's basically adopted a different stance than what we saw at the beginning of the fight.
Mm-hmm. She's no longer just crouched. She's now, for lack of a better description, she's dancing. In a
Okay.
strange way.
Okay. Would you permit me to make an insight check?
Depends on what you're looking for.
Odril has been in many battles.
Mm-hmm.
He has fought against many different enemies. Um, I would like to roll an insight check to see if he is able to recognize.
If I were DMing, I would give you a history or arcana. And the DC in my head, I don't want to make calls for Salty's world. So, I know what I might give it for rarity, but we'll go with whatever feels right.
Right? I will say here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Odril is fairly well traveled. I'm sure he has met and fought against elves in the past. Whether any of them were blade singers, I don't know, but this is obviously meta.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can roll a history check. That's a 1. That is a total of 2.
So it looks cool. It looks pretty cool, but you've never seen it. But honestly, she's not the most practiced person at this either, Meta, right?
Right.
And
I think it's for him. It's more just he recognizes there is a change in stance. He doesn't recognize it as from where it came from, but he
right,
recognizes there's a change in stance.
and that it doesn't. He would certainly recognize, even with a critical fail. I mean, this is not her visage, right, of a knight.
Hmm.
She's totally out of character. I mean, this is nothing you've
Yep.
ever seen an armored knight do.
Yep.
Um,
That would be very true.
yeah. So she still has a bonus action here, and I'm not sure exactly what to do with it. Um, but I think she'll close the distance.
Okay.
So she'll be in melee range, and she'll end there, and maybe dance around him.
Sure.
Try to be elusive. Your turn.
All right. Hmm. Let's see here. I think with him not recognizing the stance, and with her having approached, I believe. Just double checking my stuff here. I believe he will basically set himself up, and he is going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And bonus action, he is going to use Champion Challenge.
Ooh.
So he's going to look at Adrissa with his shield up in very much a defensive stance. And you hear him bark, and there is definitely a reverberation in his voice of magic, of divine magic. Fight, then! She needs to make a DC
Other than you,
7
it
DC
can't
17
willingly move
Wisdom
more than
saving
30
throw.
feet away from you. So if that ends. Uh huh. Interesting. Okay, what was the DC?
17.
That's a fail.
Okay. Well,
Very low.
she cannot run. She cannot get outside of 30 feet from me.
This is strong. This is very strong.
So, and he is dodging for his action.
Uh-huh. And dodge gives me disadvantage.
Gives you disadvantage on your attacks and gives me advantage on dex saves.
Oh, okay.
I think that's all it does. Let me double check. Dodge action. Any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see the attacker, and when you make dexterity saving throws with advantage. Yep.
Okay.
He's got
Oh.
Shield of Faith and Sanctuary up.
We'll see about that. She faces you long enough in her dance to um, raise an eyebrow and obviously stop and make some motions and incantations, and a feather comes out of her sleeve, and you must make some sort of check here. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. All right. You guys. That's a 29.
Holy shit!
I'm
You
okay.
you are fine. And her eyebrow, now both eyebrows go up. She says, "Very good." Let's see here. All right. So bonus action, she will disengage
Okay.
and move 30 feet away.
All right. Da, 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 da. All right. Um. Okay. All right. He will see that she backs up. Um. Let's see. I'm just checking double wording. Da, 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 da. Cast a spell that affects an enemy creature, so it is just affects. All right. That would just be rude. I'm not going to do that yet. That's funny though. Um, he will close the distance using his bonus action, using Adrenaline Rush. I can take the dash action as a bonus action, and I gain 4 temp hit points. He will approach. And once again, take the dodge action. Just looking at her. You wanted this fight. Why do you run? That'll be his turn.
What did he take for an action?
Dodge.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I have an idea. Oh, I can't do that. Darn. I wonder. So, yeah, I wish Salty was here.
What are you contemplating?
I'll just do it. And then when we get to the point where the mechanic is supposed to do what I want it to do, I'll ask you if you think it's cool or not so that I've committed to it. But, like, I don't want to
Sure.
drag this on forever. So,
Hmm.
he hasn't struck at her yet. So she keeps dancing and she tries to circle him pretty quickly. And while she's doing that, um, she casts. I believe I can only cast one image that moves. I don't think I can cast multiple images that move independently. There's, I can cast a big thing that's an image, um, or I can cast an image that is like a person. So she'll cast an image of herself doing the same thing,
Hmm.
180 degrees up on the other side of you,
Okay.
and you you get an intelligence saving throw to see if this is an illusion.
I would have to make an
But
action to
but
see through it. Yeah.
but that's fine. I would rather you do it now to see if it's confusing to you because I would use that as flanking.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Technically,
Yeah,
if that
use.
doesn't feel right to you though, I don't think that that's
Okay.
actually raw. I think illusions cannot be threatening. So they can't technically
Illusions are.
count
Yeah.
as.
Yeah. I'll make a. Um. I'll make an investigation check. Now, the thing is, he would see that you are casting a spell.
Mm-hmm.
So
You want to make it with advantage?
I think that would make sense.
Mm.
Because again, he's seeing her cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
He's fought other spellcasters before.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you wouldn't mind,
No, I think that makes perfect sense.
would you want an investigation or do you want an intelligence save?
I think. What
The
does it say? Whatever the spell says. It says.
stat block says action use illusion and successful intelligence investigation check.
Yes. So just make
Okay.
a check.
Okay. Let's do that. That is a dirty 20.
Ah, shit. Let me see through that.
Okay. Yeah, so this pops up and again, he's in this very defensive stance and he just turns and sees it and just turns back to her. And there's almost this look in his eyes of slight Annoyance isn't necessarily the right word, but it's a decent enough explanation. It's just this idea of maybe slight contempt in. Really, you thought that was something that would work?
she she doesn't know you.
Yeah. No, it's
No,
fine.
I
It's
get
just
it.
he looks back.
Yeah.
And he just looks back. Hmm.
She she nods an acknowledgement in the dancing, and yep,
Yep.
okay, all right. Let's see here. All right. This is dawn, correct?
Yeah.
So we are in full daylight, no
Yes.
shadows, right?
That would. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
She gets more serious, and she says, "Fine, let us dance." And shadowy blades form in her hands
Hmm.
and join her in the dance. And that is her turn.
All right. Odril sees this. You see his eyebrows furrow slightly um, as these blades of shadow essentially appear in her hands. Hmm. And I think he's just gonna again repeat his same as he's done before. He's just gonna take the dodge action, and that'll be his turn. He's just standing in front of her and basically inviting her to attack.
Okay. Turns over.
Yep,
Okay. Yep. She'll do that. And I think you still have sanctuary up, right?
I have sanctuary up. Yep,
So what was the DC on your sanctuary for wisdom save, right?
17.
Okay. Yep, we got through that. That was, I'll put it in chat here. 16 plus. Uh, it's a save?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
she
wisdom
didn't make it.
save.
Okay.
Right, where is that? Sanctuary. Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attacker spell.
Okay, she loses her attack. She can't attack you. She's
Okay.
very frustrated, but does not stop twirling and dancing.
Hmm. That's her turn.
Yep.
Okay, so it's okay. So you were just doing the single blade then, not the double.
I thought that. Okay, so I didn't realize that Sanctuary would not apply to the entire turn's worth of attack from a single attacker. It applies to every attack?
Let me read it again. Um, until
Yeah,
dispense, any creature
that
who
makes
targets
sense
the
to me.
creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. So yeah, basically every attack you make, you'd have to make a wisdom save first.
Okay, she'll try again. That is a 15, so nope.
Okay. That's your turn.
Uh-huh.
All right. As both the strikes come in, Odril, there is that divine. There's almost like a divine flash each time the strike comes in and repels the shadow blades. And Odril steals his jaw. Again, same turn. Come, Odrissa, user of shadows, despite wearing Palor's face.
Hmm. Okay. Can't really think of anything else to do besides just attack. Or just burn spell slots, which she's not going to do. So, this might take a while. If this is all we come down to. All right. She'll keep attacking
Okay.
against your sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't get through. That also doesn't get through.
Again, the golden energy reflects the shadow blades. And at that, you see Odril will actually take one step back. Will Adrissa make an attack with that?
Yeah, let's see if she can get through the sanctuary. Nope.
And with that, you see him drop. He basically puts the warhammer straight down into the kind of mushy, dead, grass. Puts his kite shield down, point first, hand on top. Enough. This is not getting us anywhere. Tell me what you wish to know. And you see both Sanctuary and Shield of Faith. Um, he ends the both spells. So the shimmer that was protecting him is now gone.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm thinking.
Of course.
So he backs up and says what he says, and she takes a swipe at him as he moves away, and she misses. And then he says, "What do you want to know?"
Yeah, basically he lowers his guard. He has basically his hammer is just straight down, handle straight up off the ground, and the shield is, point first. Think big kite shield, point first, and he's just resting his one gauntleted hand on top of it, and he is in a much more relaxed pose. The hammer is obviously within reach if she does continue wanting to fight, but he has dropped his defenses, and he asks, "What is it you wish to know?"
She doesn't say anything, but she drops down into a low position um, and leaps across and attacks him.
Okay.
What am I attacking against, to be clear?
Um, I would say it's just his shield would be quick to just pick up for a defense, so I would think it would just be a straight attack, right? Would you agree with that?
I'm it's completely up to you. I'm asking you what spells are continuing to be up. I think you
None.
said you dropped them, but
Yep, he
I'm just
dropped Sanctuary and he dropped Shield of Faith.
okay.
The banner is still glowing behind him, or above him,
Okay.
but the actual spells, defensive spells he has cast on himself, are gone.
Okay. Um, does a does a 23 hit?
It does.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. I don't think I have enough of these. Oh yeah, I do. Plus, Dex mod is. I'm sorry.
No worries.
It's 19.
Okay.
And then she swings again. Oof. It's higher, so that'd be 25.
Yep, that hits.
Same the same. Okay. 15.
Okay.
And she, she, she didn't say anything. There was she didn't pause. She listened to what you had to say, and there a beat went by after you had finished, and she sprang and
Hmm.
attacked. And I think she used both her. That was both her action and bonus action.
Okay. Um. Oh, it's probably too late for that. Actually, make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Natural 20.
Okay.
For a 20, by the way. There's
No,
no.
that saves. So you take half of 19. So you take 9 damage. Radiant.
Oh, okay.
He reflects that first attack.
Minus. You said 9?
Yeah, it's half of the 19 that you did.
Uh huh.
So 9.
Let's see. Okay. So that was like a divine reflection or something.
Yep. Yeah. Basically, you strike him with the two swings, and almost like
Oh, I see it. Rebuke the
a
violence.
lance of light comes directly out of the face of his shield and basically strikes you. Fine. We continue. Um,
I'm like, so if that damage happened during my attack, then she would move away,
it's a reaction.
right?
So
It happened on my turn, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so she would move at least 40 feet away.
She can move 30.
Oh, is that spell still
The
up?
champion. That's just a feature. It's not a. Yeah, it lasts.
Okay, no, you don't have to tell me. That's fine. She gets to the 30-foot range then, and
Yep.
she runs into something or is
Mhm.
compelled.
Yep. Fine. And you see him. Yeah, he will once again close the distance with a bonus action dash to get some more temp HP for that. And as he approaches, he will cast Hold Person.
17. Okay. This is a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
She's stuck. She
Okay.
stops. She stops her dance.
All right. And again, he has stepped forward. He casts this on her. He has not brought his warhammer. No, he brought his warhammer with him. But he is just standing there right in front of her as she is basically caught in this grip of paralysis. And he just kind of glowers at her. That's his turn.
Okay. Let's see. I get another wisdom.
At the end of your turn. So yeah, you just make another save on your turn.
Okay, she fails.
Okay. All right. Next turn, he is going to strike. And you are paralyzed, so he has advantage. Come here. For a natural 20. And he's going to dump a 3rd level smite into this.
Okay.
So that is 2d8 plus 3rd level smite is 4d8, so that's 8d8. So 10d8 damage here.
Nice.
Where are my other d8s? There's d8. D8s, where did you go? I have 3? There's a 4th one here. There it is. Alright, so this is 6d8. 9, 12, 18, 23, 30, and another 4. So 68, 30. And that is 7, 10, 15. So a total of 45 damage.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that. I'm sorry. Say again. How much?
45.
Oh, rough. So that's mhm.
Okay. Second attack. Oh, those are terrible. 4 and a 1, so those both miss. Yeah. So he smashes her with that first smite. And how does she avoid the second one? I'm
I don't know.
we'll say he lands this smite, and there's a flash of bright light, and you actually see him, his left foot st- uh, stumbles and slips slightly, and his second strike goes and strikes the ground basically right next to your foot, and you see him grimace slightly and then stand up to his full height. Um, that's his turn.
Okay. So, um, what did you do? You did 45?
45, yeah.
I
Oh, wait, no. It's 49. I forgot to add in the +4 for the actual strength mod. So
okay.
49.
Okay. Um, as a concentration check, I think that's gonna be a natural 20 or nothing, right?
I think so. Oh, yeah, for Shadow Blades, right.
No. So she is unarmed again.
So did she never draw her actual metal rapiers?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I think on her turn she makes a whiz save
Okay.
for hold person.
Oh, 19.
That succeeds.
Okay.
She lowers from hold person, and that is the end of her turn because it happens at the end. So it is back to Odril. Yeah, I think he would do it. He's gonna hit her again with another hold person.
Okay. Oh. 18?
That succeeds.
Okay. How come your DC doesn't show up in the
I don't know.
hmm.
Let's try that. There it is.
Yeah.
I
Oh
cast the
man, I just
spell.
made it.
I didn't cast the um, description, but you think the DC would show in the spell? Whatever.
I don't
Roll
know.
20 Y. Anyway, that's his turn. He doesn't have any bonus actions for that turn.
Okay. Uh hmm. Hmm. But would she know that? Would she have known that he can see invisibility within 20 feet when she breached it at the beginning of the fight? Probably not, right?
I mean, he did. Yeah, I mean, he didn't announce that he can see invisibility.
Right. He
You,
would have
I,
reacted
I, I
though.
ex- yeah, you would, when she crossed into that 20 foot is when he turned around. It was before the actual spell started casting. So you could probably intuit that he either has very high, passive senses or was able to see her.
All right. Hmm. wonder. Yeah. But it doesn't help. And there's no check or anything to resist the feature that you have that doesn't allow the person that failed the check to move outside of 30 feet.
Nope. It's just until...
And I don't get to make repeated checks to escape that?
Nope. No, each creature you can see within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature has disadvantage on attacks against the creatures other than you and cannot move willingly more than 30 feet away. This effect ends on the creature if you are incapacitated or die, or if the creature is more than 30 feet away from you. So if I moved 30 feet away from you, it would break.
But I only
But
get one saving throw against that, and then it lasts
yeah,
until you either move away or are incapacitated.
yep.
Okay. Um, hmm. All right. Well, she'll try the same trick then. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Da, 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 da. 19.
Yep. That succeeds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She will disengage and try to get 30 feet, more than 30 feet away again, and fail, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. He turns and just using movement, he will follow, closes the distance again, and as right before he swings again with his warhammer, you hear him. He just goes, "Why do you continue?" And first swing is a 15 that misses. Second swing is a 20, dirty 20.
Nope.
Okay, so swings her dance. Can't land on her with her dance, but yeah, as he approaches, he basically says, "Why do you continue?"
Should do it again.
Yeah, come back, dice. That is a natural 1. So that is a failure.
Okay. Let's see. That's my turn, and then you will actually get 2 checks.
2 checks.
Yep, because
Oh,
that's her action.
and then I get one at the end of my turn.
Right.
Okay. Here is
So
his...
that doesn't do anything to any of the conditions that you've inflicted. It's whole person.
Possibly. Paralyze. Let me double check. I am incapacitated, so that does drop the Champions Challenge. Or, yeah, Champion Challenge is because it's incapacitated or die. Yep. So, yeah, Champions Challenge is over.
She moves 50 feet away.
Okay. I will make his second save at the end of his turn. That is another natural 1.
Wow.
Rough.
Really?
Yeah.
Was
2 in
that
a
the new?
row.
Was that the new dice or the old
I
one?
switched which dice I rolled, and they both gave me a natural 1.
Oh, you don't
Changed
do
color,
that.
too.
You don't believe in
No.
karmic dice, okay? Um, so she's not not as lithely dancing as she was, um, but she
That's right.
draws
It
her.
would have been in cap for you. Does
Huh?
that drop? Does
What?
that drop blade singing in cap?
What, the whole person?
Yeah.
Probably. So okay.
Okay.
I
Let
mean,
me double check. Blade song. It ends early if you are incapacitated. Yeah.
well, your second hit then that was a here. I'll go back. That was a
That's fine.
20.
No, no, no.
It
No. We'll
hit.
move on.
I think you hit her. I made a
All right.
mistake.
Would she? Because she wasn't. Because she got in cap, but she was out of hold person by that point. Because he was just striking. She wasn't hold personed. Would she have shielded?
I think she would have restarted Blade Song moving away because she never used her bonus action.
Well, then it
But
would
I
have
didn't.
missed.
But I didn't say it.
It's fine. We'll move on. So he failed the second. He failed against hold person again. She had run 50 feet away. He
Okay.
failed a second time,
Okay.
and now it is back to your turn.
Okay. So she has to spend um, a bonus action to draw her swords, her real swords,
Okay.
um, and then she will attack. Um, okay, so that is. Whew, this is not a great roll. Sorry, I have to look up my stats on the normal rapiers.
Of course.
No, not that. That one. Plus that is 22.
That it's.
Okay. So that is auto crit, right?
That is an auto crit.
Okay. Um. I don't have. Okay, so I'll have to roll that again. But that is 48 plus 10d6. I think. Because she does 5d6 sneak.
Yeah. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Yep. That's where it is. I was like, I know it's somewhere.
Am I good to roll this, or
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
there
It
a
should be what?
question? Okay.
No, no, no. It should be what? 2d8 plus 10d6.
It's 48, right?
Did she re-up?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, she
Rapier's
did blade
1d8.
song. She didn't. Yeah, she didn't re-up shadow blades.
Mm-hmm.
So 2d8 plus 10d6.
Yep. Okay. That's,
So many dice.
okay. This is why I kept fighting, but I'll get to the RP in a
No,
second.
no worries.
But you definitely are living up to the hype. It's clear. I can barely see. Oh, it's a 5. Okay. Sorry.
No worries.
It's 10. Um, plus my dex, which is 5. Oh shit! I lost count. Ah, uh, plus 5 is, so that's 64.
64.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
It's
So
all
that
6s
goes.
and 4s, and the
Wow.
d8s rolled really well.
Yeah, that's really high.
It's a really high roll.
All right.
The lowest I
So
got on my d6s was a 3, and there was 1.
yikes. That's an oucher. 64. All right.
So she closes the distance and draws her rapiers, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's one of the rapiers is going in endwise,
Okay.
and it's not like through your torso necessarily. It's like a shoulder or something like that, but it's nasty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she closed 50, and she used her bonus action to get her weapons out. So I don't think she has. I think she has 5 feet of movement left. But I don't think she'll take it. I think she'll just sit there and hope you stay in whole person.
Okay. All right. Hold person save. Let's see if it works this time. It's a 15, 16?
15.
15. Okay.
Or wait a minute. Is that right?
Well,
Yeah,
I rolled a 21, so
you got it.
he is no longer held.
Right.
So the strike comes, and he doesn't really react because he's paralyzed. And then just a moment later, it's almost like a delay.
Yeah.
A little bit of blood comes out of the mouth. And you see him grab, he almost grabs the rapier as you pull it back. That's his turn. He can't do anything else. That's the end of his turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She has one more of these, but she's not going to use it. She's going to use a lower level spell. Where is it? There it is. So she'll do that. I think the reason that it doesn't show the spell DC right on hold person is I think it's set to the wrong attribute.
So it should be 16?
It
Or
should
be
be
15?
16.
Okay.
Which is weird
Yeah,
because it's set to intelligence, so I don't know why it's doing that, but that's okay. It's 6. Her spell save DC is 16. Period. I don't have any. I don't have any cross cast spells that use another modifier.
That's a natural 2 for a 12.
Oof.
So he fails that one.
Okay, so I'm imagining this stoicism and really impressive performance that he's put on. I mean, this is she's struggling here. What does hideous laughter look like on?
It's again there's flecks of blood coming out, and you see he just grabs at the wound and drops to one knee and is just continues to just it's this weird sort of belly laugh that it doesn't match the countenance that he's had this entire fight.
Uh-huh.
There's definitely an aspect of this is how he might laugh if he was with people,
In a bar
other
or
people.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very strange.
So.
Okay, so again, that's concentration for her.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that's her action, so you essentially get 2 saves.
Yep. All right. Second save. 20.
Okay, so
Dirty 20.
you get out of it. You're prone, but
Yep. You just see him clutching at his side where the blade had gone in and just looks up. And there he looks up at Idrissa, and the look in his eyes is very much a offended.
oh,
Uh,
she. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, that's his turn. So
She again still does not say anything really, and through all the questioning that he's thrown at her, she's maintained like a sort of determined but even look and never really showing any emotion or inflection other than the surprise that she did when he threw up all those wards. Um, so on her turn, he's still prone. So she'll strike, but I'm gonna ask if there's an option, um, because I have advantage and sneak attack on this. It's entirely likely that this could be, a lot. Um, if I roll enough damage, can I RP closing
non-lethal.
moment? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he's bloodied. He's not looking on death's door, but he's bloody.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So that's 29 plus 9 is 25.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. And it's not a crit, so 5 of these. Okay. Oh my god, it's all sixes.
Yeesh.
Oh wow. I haven't rolled this good. I should do this in the actual game. So the total is 25. So that's 29. I'm sorry, 34.
Okay.
And then
He
this.
is
Sorry.
still standing.
Yep. Second one. Okay, it's better than this. 18 plus 9 is 27.
Okay.
And this is just straight damage from the rapier. So that's a 6 plus 5 is 11. Still up.
He is at. You see the strike hits, and he falls, and then immediately you see his eyes pop back open.
Yeah.
I am at 1 HP
That's what I thought.
because that.
Half orc resilience. Yeah.
Relentless endurance.
Okay. Do you can I parlay that success into a ground grapple where she's holding a rapier more or less to his throat and begins to talk, or do you want to keep fighting? Would he keep fighting?
Let me roll. What would he roll here? Trying to think what he would roll to adjudge her intention, as if,
Yeah.
does he recognize she is going for
Yeah.
a non-lethal grapple, or is she going for an attack? I guess that's the question.
Well, no. So it would look like she was going in for kill. As much as she has during the rest of the fight. So it's not been like there is no indication that she's going to turn the blade. In other words.
Okay. I think in that case, because you used your action and bonus actions, so
Yes.
it's technically the end of your turn.
Unless I move away.
Right.
which is why I'm
But she's
asking. Yeah, if he's on the ground and I've brought him to relentless endurance, do you want to pop up and keep going? She'll run
um
away if she sees that he's like flexed and like blood rage 1 HP. She'll probably move away again. It's really more about what he looks like after having endured it that would trigger what she does next.
how about this? Um Roll an attack. And I will roll an opposed athletics check to see if he can like catch the attack.
Okay. Assuming it's the rapier, that's 23.
Okay. Why do you hate me, dice? That's another natural one for a trash roll.
I like that because she was coming down with another shot and she stops it and sort of like um, does a jujitsu type move, and she tries to pin his arms down with her shins, with the blade low.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, he struggles at first, but he doesn't speak. He doesn't say anything as she does this. There's grunts.
she says, she's jittery, but she says, "I am going to walk away now, and do we have a? Is this complete?" She's sort of unsure, so she's never done this before, so she doesn't really know what to do from here. Are we complete?
If you are staying your hand, then yes.
Can
It
I?
was your fight after all.
Yep. Can I roll for a backflip?
She can do it.
And she springs back, backflips away.
How how injured is Idrissa looking?
Let's see. So that would be in percentage.
There's 40,
She's
49, and 5, so 50, 54 damage.
she's
And
she's
then another 9 in there, so.
she's roughly 30%. So lots of blood,
Yeah.
and very obvious limping, and depending on where he hit her, which I think with a hammer would have been torso, thorax or whatever.
Yeah,
She
the
also is
smite was
she also
center
is very
mass.
quiet, and there might be, just like you, there might also be blood coming out of the corner of her mouth. It's we're she's probably not quite as fucked up as you got on that one hit, but like
Yeah,
it's not good. It doesn't look good.
yeah.
But she
So,
flips back and grimaces and lands, and it's a 3-point landing. She's not on her feet.
mhm.
She says, "Well, you asked me why continue, and I should have lost that fight. But it told me much about who you are."
And Odril kind of gets up to one knee, and you see his hand bloodied, glow a bit, and he touches his chest, and he will use all of his pool of lay on hands, give himself 35 points back. So you see some of the wounds net, a little bit of the blood coagulates as he slowly pulls himself back to his feet, picks up his weapon.
She says,
And what did you learn?
I. Well, it's, it's not, not in your nature to kill someone you don't know. Am I wrong?
I have killed many I did not know.
Yes, but they were enemies, not strangers. Right?
You travel with Master Andros, yes.
Yes, for some time now.
You have protected him, yes.
And so you have learned something about me too. I. I do not stop. I don't know you well yet, but I hope I can trust what I've seen today so that my friends are safe around you, but I, and she looks intently, I will not stop. So we understand each other, yes?
We do.
She sheathes her rapiers, gets up, stands straight, walks towards him, holds out a hand.
Yeah, he will take it. And as you touch his hand, oh, that's really good. You heal 20 hit points
Oh my.
for a third level cure wounds.
Dang. Um, it's debatable that she would have watched him start to cast a spell while she was holding her hand out, but I get it. So she'll
I
let
think
it
it was more he
happen.
clasped her hand and he started making the motion. You saw the hand glow. It was the exact same glow as what he used when he healed himself.
Uh,
So, unless she was wary of that.
she's skittish, for sure. I'm debating whether or not she actually breaks verbal character and hisses. No, she doesn't. She doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. She says she's and stands a little straighter and flexes her back.
It is good that Master Andros travels with someone with resolve.
Yes, I spend much of my life without something to live for. But I've since traveling with this group, I have found new life, so to speak. Come, let us eat. She starts walking back towards the camp.
Um, her disguise, again, meta, her disguise is tactile, correct?
Yeah, I think the ring is both alter and disguise all in one.
Okay.
It's I remember it being very overpowered when Alton was using it.
It is very strong. It is only one form per day, but it's still strong.
It's very
Um,
ridiculous. But what? T- tell me what you, what crack you want to see in the magic, and I.
I think it's more that Odril battled with her. She is dressed in what looks to be, uh, you know, um, white order
Mhm,
military.
mhm,
Not Radiant Knight, but she is
mhm,
dressed as a white order military
mhm,
commander of some sort.
mhm.
Her magic does not match that of what a normal warrior of the White Order of
As
Whiteleaf would use.
as soon as you saw the shadow blades,
Yeah.
it was there was no way.
I think as she's starting to walk away, Odril will just
She walks with him, like she
yeah,
turns
yeah,
with him.
yeah. Yeah, as they're walking back, I think he'll just turn and he'll just say, "Why choose to look as one of the Order military? I assume this is not your real face."
Uh, well, I often choose my faces for the access they will give me, and for the lack of notoriety. In some cases, both cannot be at their maximum. She kind of gestures towards like the cape and the
Mm,
pauldrons. But sometimes a little bit of notoriety aids in the access part of my calculation. It's only natural to, when traveling to such a authoritarian area as we came from, to be one of the few, but not uncommon, authority figures.
mm.
Were I to be disguised as a beggar, or an old woman, or something of less notoriety, no less power, my access even to different parts of the city might be limited. Out here, probably not the best disguise. But then again, it's very difficult to follow the the trail if you disguise yourself as a camel. A random camel following your group would be very strange, yes?
Especially here. There are no camels until we reach the wastes.
Hmm.
And you see a very, very slight smile. Well, I appreciate that you were willing to trust me with your secret.
Hmm. It's not so much of a secret. If you travel with my companions, I'm sure one of them would have given me away eventually. But,
But you did me the honor of showing me yourself.
mm, yes. Make an insight check. Just for shits and
Sure.
giggles. Yeah, that's, okay. Tell me what you got.
23.
Yeah. When you say that you've shown me yourself, her response is, yes. And it's immediately apparent to you that she is not. She's definitely holding things back. But that's it.
Right. I think he was aware, um, based on the types of magic that she has used. There was illusions that were used, there were enchantments that were used, all of these not clerical spells. He is he has fought in many battles and fought against many different people of many different, combat strategies. I think he assumes that this is not her real face, but the truth, I think it is the fact that he understands the truth without having to see the truth, if that makes sense.
Mm. You will have to. You will have to tell me how you kept me so close during the fight. I've never seen that before. Normally, I am freer to move. It's almost
My
as if
days,
it's almost as if there was a fence or a tether between us. It was unsettling.
well, I have spent many a day shepherding young tieflings with nothing but mischief on their minds. Their mother was kind enough to teach me some of the magics she wields. It comes in handy in other places.
Yes, this is. I'm sure you already know this, but I will say it anyway. In a fight such as this, a duel, distance is very important. I am not used to fighting someone who uh, has such strong defenses, but also can keep their opponent so close. Normally, when I run into someone like that, very heavily armored or very guarded, it is a very different fight. It would never look like that. It's impressive.
He just inclines a head. There's unspoken thank you. My task as shield of House Roshan has afforded me a need to keep my enemies close and protect others.
Hmm. Have you worked for them long?
My whole life,
Oh. And they have fought many battles you have been a part of?
Lord Tilris was my original master, and I traveled as his shield and standard bearer for many campaigns.
Campaigns where? Here?
There are always shadows lurking.
Hmm. So you have
The
been to the
kingdom is large.
wastes before, then? Maybe?
Yes,
Oh, good. I have never been to this continent before. Tell me,
there
are
are
there often what you would call robbers' dens or thieves' guilds in any of these larger cities? I noticed some strange things in Sunbreak.
you were in Sunbreak, I am sure these strange things also noticed you.
Yes. I think,
There are eyes everywhere in the kingdom.
right. Yes, I think we were obviously taken quite by surprise. But I'm curious the types of things I've seen in Sunbreak itself, um, that I would expect for a criminal type of activity, were very different. They were almost divine, which is somewhat of an oxymoron. It's very strange. But you seem well traveled. Are there more normal organizations, criminal organizations, in other parts of the continent? But I guess what is normal, eh?
You see him, there's no expression on his face. He is walking with a limp as you have seen him walk before, a little bit more pronounced, being still fairly injured.
Yeah.
Um, and he just looks straight on ahead. The kingdom has always sought to root out the shadows.
Hmm.
You would be well not to seek them here, or they will find you.
Hmm. Well, she goes quiet at that, for sure. But a newfound respect was gained.
Yeah, that as he steps toward, they get back to camp. You just see him say, "Come, let us eat,
Yes.
and you can tell me of that strange stance you adopted in our duel. I have not yet seen its ilk before."
Yep. She smiles and you do so.
Okay.
And so the sparring has happened.
It has happened.
Yay. I don't want to keep you up too late.
No, it's good. Yeah, it was